the tournament in 2022, that was a great experience. From the time we entered the hotel, the time we met our team, just getting along with the Warriors, and being on the same ground, sharing the same field as the legends of the game, like from associate cricket as well as full member nations. That's an experience I'm never going to forget. That was the first one, and like first ones are always special, so I'm never going to forget that.
Have you kept in touch with any of your Warriors teammates?
Yes, I have. Like Minx, like she was with us for the qualifiers. She was a mentor during the qualifiers as well. So had quite a few conversations with her. Then I'm also in touch with a few of the people from our teammates, such as Yasmin Khan from Namibia. So yeah, we keep on chatting. Not even like players from Warriors, even players from other teams. We're constantly in touch. So yeah, we've created good friendships through that.
What do you think were your top learnings from that event?
I think one of the main thing I learned out of it was dealing with pressure situations. So how do you react when there are pressure situations? And one more thing I learned is how, like, no matter where people come from, you can always gel as a team. You're playing for one purpose, and when you're on the field, it's so great to like see everyone just fighting for the same thing. So no matter where you come from, if your aim is one, like you're always going to be a family. You're going to play as one.
So even if you had like not as good performances you hoped for when you came back, what was the the chat in the dressing room? How were you sort of discussing things?
So yeah, we didn't have a great start. We ended well with a victory, but the start wasn't that great. But whenever we went back to the dressing room, it was very positive. Like the coaches were always backing us that yeah, you did well. It's okay. It's not, and the win doesn't matter all the time. It's more about the learnings, getting together as a group, and the win will come. It's not necessary that the first game has to be a win. We ended with a win, so we showed that yeah, we didn't start off that well, but we learned through all the games that we played, and we finished high. We finished on a high. I think through this experience, I learned quite a lot about how to play in different situations. So before that, yeah, we were playing the game, but we were just going and playing. Because of this, I saw how others react to situations, and I learned through that as well. And even like how to like, I learned about how to deal with pressure. You can say because like there was a series, the Asia Cup. I didn't do well in that, but like I still had people messaging me from the team. They were telling me it's okay, it happens, and like situations like that, like it's not that easy to come out of. But when you have people backing you all the time, it makes it much better. And like yeah, so like next time that happens, I know I can go to someone, talk to them, and I can like do much better in my next few games.
So what kind of impact do you think FairBreak has made in your life as a sports person and outside of it as well?
Think as a sports person, I think all associates were getting the fame because of this. Nobody knew UAE cricket was at a much higher place, and now like the girls have played under 19 girls have played the under 19 World Cup. We've played the Asia Cup. This all happened after FairBreak, so those experiences helped us gain the experience to go and play at a better level for UAE. And I think, yeah, it's taken UAE cricket, associate cricket to the next level.
And to be able to count some of the most famous global stars as people you can approach, how does that make you feel, considering that you've come from an associate team where that access was limited up to now?
So I can tell you one thing. Like the first day we went to the hotel, we were just sitting in a manager's room, and we were just watching. We were watching a game, highlights of a West Indies versus Australia game. And so me and Tirtha, we were just sitting. We were watching the game, and suddenly someone knocked on the door. And like we were watching Stefani Taylor bowl there, and like suddenly someone knocked on the door. We'd opened the door, and she just walked in. So we were watching her in front of the TV, and she was there right next to us. So just that, like you never expect that. Like we never expected that as associate cricketers to be able to play and share the field with them. But all thanks to FairBreak, this was possible.
Okay, so looking ahead, how do you think you would like to see FairBreak progress in years to come?
What they're doing is such a great start. Like the first tournament itself was super successful. So just continuing this, getting more associate players the opportunity to play at this level. This is going to raise the level of cricket for associate cricketers and cricket as a whole. Because when you have associate cricket and full member cricket come together, you're going to definitely see a rise in the level of women's cricket being played.
Now there's the WPL, there's BBL, the women's BBL. There's a whole bunch of new women's tournaments, franchise leagues coming up. In all of that scenario, how do you see FairBreak, where does it have a role to play, and what makes it stand alone?
I mean, yeah, there are other tournaments, but nobody is giving us associates the opportunity as FairBreak. If you see the number of full member players playing in FairBreak and the number of associates outweigh them. In no other tournaments will you see that. They have maybe like a couple, or maybe you can say 3 or 4 associate players, but all the others are full member nation players. So, I mean, it's good, like slow and steady, like at least 5 players, that's going to grow for sure. But I mean, yeah, FairBreak has a way higher percentage of associates playing, and I mean, yeah, you can't compare other tournaments to this.
Esha, just tell me about your support system within the Emirates Cricket Board, and they've given you NOCs to go play the FairBreak. Give me a little bit of a perspective on how those opportunities are also changing.
I mean, first of all, I would like to thank ECB for letting us go and play these tournaments. If not for ECB, I mean, we got to play many tournaments for ECB. They're arranging bilateral series for us. They're arranging competitions throughout, so at least we can be in touch with the game. And because of our performances there, we're getting picked for these leagues. So if not for ECB, it wouldn't have been possible.